Good evening and welcome to Freewheeling with Jeannie. I'm so excited that all of you are here to join us, but I'm more excited about our special guest this evening, Bill Schwass. Bill happens to be my husband and business partner. Known him for a number of years, and a couple of years ago, Bill came up with this concept. We were going to be doing some live events, and all of a sudden he came up with this amazing concept, and I just said, that is pure genius, a little bit of Holy Spirit, all wrapped up into one. Why don't you tell our audience what this was that you came up with that is so fascinating?
It's the 4 C's, and the 4 C's are simply 4 different parts of whatever you need to go through to change, but they all start with a C, which makes it easier to remember. The first one is conscious. Until you're conscious of something, as far as you're concerned, it doesn't even exist. The second part is clarity. Clarity is that process of drilling down, making that knowledge more intelligible, fully understood, getting all of the information that you can, and then moving into the process of commitment. And commitment involves not just yourself, but it involves those around you who are going to be engaged in whatever change is anticipated. And the fourth part is usually the parts that's left out, which is consistency.
Oh, yeah.
And that's simply staying at it, keeping doing it, repeating it. Most people don't memorize things.
Yeah.
They just consistently say it again to themselves over and over until they know it by heart.
That's a great way. Hey, so why don't we go ahead? You can step up to the board. We'll let you just kind of help the audience understand a little bit better what we're talking about in detail.
It was interesting when we were putting on that half-day seminar. One of the guys that I invited, I don't know if you knew this, but he said, I don't know if I can sit through 4 hours of Bill and Jeannie. It's not that we're boring. It's just, I just don't know if he's got that much to say. And it was so interesting because afterwards Tom said that was so worthwhile. In fact, at a number of events, and he's so well connected before, that he mentioned to 2 or 3 other groups that it was really worthwhile and that he gained a lot out of it.
I do remember that. You know,
Yeah.
he said it was really impactful. I think the thing with the live events that has been so fun has been to see, I miss them too. Live events, yay, they're coming back. You would see someone who was coming in and they were struggling with a particular area that they wanted to change. Maybe it was a bad habit or something. And they would suddenly get this aha moment during
light
it.
goes on.
Yeah, light goes on, and it's like, yes, they got it. And to see people come back later on and say, hey, I put that into action and all. So again, it's let me see if I can remember right. You help me. The 4 C's are not clarity. You got to be conscious.
Right.
Then you get clarity, and then commitment, and then consistency.
Right.
Sounds to me, from the way you described it and what you went over here, is that the last 2, commitment and consistency, seem to be what drives the train, but they're also the place where I think most people get stuck.
Well, if to use that analogy, drive the train, those last 2, the commitment and the consistency, drive the train, but the coal, if it's a coal run train, is the consistency.
Yeah.
That's what will keep it going. Consistency is that repeated effort, and out of that will come the results. It's not that you did it, it's not that you did it twice, it's not that you've done it 3 or 4 times. It's that you keep doing it and that it has become a part of who you are.
Totally.
It's the same thing with losing weight or anything else.
Exactly.
If you can lose weight and not change how you live, and boom, you balloon back to what you had before.
Yeah, so we're not going to actually talk about that anymore because COVID-10 that I haven't lost yet. But that's okay. I just haven't been consistent. So now I've got to remember. That's a good reminder for me, and maybe for our audience as well.
Now, and the key to consistency, in my mind, is accountability.
Yes.
And
yes.
I've had an accountability partner that we talk to each other 7, 8, 10 times a week, and we always say, so how's it going? How's this working for you?
Yeah.
What's going on in your life? And we've actually over time become friends because it's been a number of years.
Sure.
But that consistency, that accountability, The consistent accountability is what allows you to stay on track.
Yeah, definitely. And you had someone who was willing to hold your feet to the fire.
Right, exactly.
And that's what accountability has to be. It can't be somebody who says, "Oh, don't worry about it. You'll know you'll do it next time." It's like, no, 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 no. That's, I know, what all of us need. Well, this has been very enjoyable. Thank you so much for sharing with us.
Well, I hope it's been helpful.
Yeah, audience, go ahead and, write some stuff in the comments. And if you have any questions, I'll make sure that we get it back to Bill. And hey, I'm just going to have to bring you back another time, right?
I'll just stay here.
Maybe you can. All right.